Hey folks, it's Burton, and where have I been? I've been stuck up here on a mountaintop. I've lost my shirt, my hair. I've been playing this wonderful game called Life is Feudal. This is my first impression of this medieval multiplayer sandbox by Bitbox. I've made myself a trusty axe. I think I pulled something. Hopefully no one saw that, but I'm getting a little bit nippy and my toes are starting to turn black. So whilst I travel down from this mountain, let's have a chat about the game. This persistent, seamless world offers a player plenty of options. Even in this early stage, I was surprised at the variety. The highlighted green box is allowing a certain action. This time I choose to prospect for iron. Although it looks like I'm counting coins, I assure you I'm not. I don't even have enough money for a shirt on my back. And there we go, we've increased our skill set. Now we've done that in prospecting, intellect and strength, and the interesting thing is that's even though I found nothing. Let's have a look at our full menu now to see what the available options are. It's split down into sections. As well as prospecting, we have things like forestry, farming and a few other things. Each section then drills down further and it gives you a bit more freedom. You can prospect, for instance, for silver, iron and copper. Not quite sure about this animation as I beat the ground in fury, but I was pleased with the look of this game at such an early stage. The menus themselves, they're well thought out, and it doesn't take long for you to get to grips with it. Here's the primitive tool list with lots of choices. This is where I got my Sheila from, she's my axe. This is your inventory here. Obviously these plants and mushrooms, they must be down the front of my pants to keep myself warm, and it also has the added option of impressing the local tavern girls. So let's eat the mushroom and hope for some good times. Yeah, that was a bit uneventful. I did increase my constitution, which is quite funny as I hate mushrooms, and I may have to craft some loo roll later on. Now let's walk on through the mountains as I talk about a few more things. On the bottom right you see a rather horrid chat box. It doesn't normally look like this, but apparently the Russian language confuses it as much as it confuses me. On the bottom of the screen you have your action shortcuts. I personally like the look of the instant surrender. That's the guy with his hands up, I'll be using that a lot. On the left you have your standard stamina and health bars as you would expect. We'll bring up my person tab next. I'm Sir Merrin and this is my standard display that shows me in my boxes again. I like how there's a stat for luck as I'll need that to recover my dignity, and there's a stat for all the other things that you would expect on here as well. Moving down into the forest, I must be on the lookout for wildlife such as wolves and bears. I have come across them. If I had a skill to build a house or a defence, I might be okay, but currently I'm only clever enough to build an axe and shave my head with it. Oh, and jump like a boss, of course. You get a nice look of the map as we descend into the forest. Unfortunately, on launch day there was actually no in-game chat, so whatever I had to say to the other new starters was wasted on myself. So at this time the game was more like a game of peace and prospecting and tree hugging, as PvP wasn't implemented until a little bit later. And you know what? I kind of like that on launch day. Now this isn't too bad a view. As I've recorded this on launch day, you'll be happy to hear there's been quite a few patches, and this is great to see some continuous active development. I'm glad to see that some folk with these forestry skills have begun to build villages and forts, so it'll actually be interesting to discover these the next time I play. The sheer variety of plants and tree type is also interesting. This game is about experience, and even a failed attempt allows your character to learn. And a lot of this game will be learning like this, which is really the true experience. In the future I'll be able to smelt a sword hopefully, and maybe even farm. Maybe raise some cows and sheep and then kill them with the swords. Who knows? It's my life, I'll choose. Hopefully it won't turn into Daisy Running Simulator and we can actually get some Mountain Blade-esque, like horse action. That would be great. As you can see right now, my head's in the tree, which is a bit buggy at the time, so for now my axe will remain blood free. I finally find a tree that I can actually chop, and then I run out of breath. I like the realism there. Now I don't know where I got this power to lose my head in the tree, Now that I've cut it down, let's have a look at some Highlands log tossing, but backwards. The high altitudes, it's messed with my mind, so we need to put that down as soon as possible. As you can see, we have some basic placing tools for rotation and height, and this is just the sheer basics of building. Head on over to the forums if you've got time and check out some of the places that people have built. It's great to see what some people have already done at such an early stage. Now I understand this game won't be for everyone, but those of you who like a survival game set in a medieval world should definitely check this out on Steam. I for one will be playing more. After all, I'm partially naked and I need some clothes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.